living with autism. It's our focus this hour, and there's a mother who lives in East Islip in New York who definitely knows the challenges when it comes to living with autism. Two of her sons, they're autistic, and she is on a mission to raise awareness as well as money for programs and research. Our Jessica Ragoso has her story.
This is a non-stop tour de force life. It's 24/7. It's okay. I'm all in.
Get set, go! Go, 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 go.
B. Husta Peterson says her family keeps her going every day. The lifelong runner is a busy mother of 4 children who works nights at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and runs the nonprofit EJ Autism Foundation. B. founded the organization nearly 7 years ago as a way to raise awareness about autism and funds to support local programs. B's sons, 11-year-old Jack and 9-year-old Eric, are both autistic.
One of the reasons we started the organization was basically to avoid that whole pity party thing. You know, how do we give back? How do you give back in a meaningful way? How do you be grateful for what you do get? And the programs and the teachers that have brought our lost boys home, you know, we wanted to be able to give back.
B says having 2 children with autism has been challenging. Eric requires more involved care, and Jack has a difficult time in school. But B says her family is just like any other family.
We're an all-American family too. You know, we have the same hopes and dreams for our children that anybody does, and you know, that's the message we'd like to be able to deliver. That, you know, with early intervention and with the proper support, and there's no stopping these kids.
And there's no stopping B.
What's that? What kind of animal is that? That's a panda.
She's been a driving force in the community and a true advocate for children with autism.
When you see B in action, you don't have the choice to step back. You have to do something, because then you feel, well, you know what? She's doing it. She can't do it all herself. We have to help.
B has inspired families like the Peppys to get involved and help spread the word. Virginia and Lou Peppy have 3 sons. Their 9-year-old son Vincent has autism.
All right, go. There you go.
Each year, in some ways, it gets much easier. And in other ways, when we're having a really good run and things are going smoothly and he's doing great in school and he's having fun and he's playing with his friends, when he has that little step back and revisits those tantrums or revisits the behaviors, that's harder than actually going through it the first time. Because you're like, oh, you're almost there, and then, oh, here we are again.
That was a cool shot.
The Peppys try to keep their son active and engaged. Vincent plays sports like basketball and soccer.
I'll pass it to you. Trap it. Good.
Lou is a coach with the East Islip Soccer League, and he says he wanted to give Vincent and other kids with autism the same opportunity to play soccer as his other 2 sons. So 3 years ago, Lou started Just for Kicks, a free soccer program which gives children on the spectrum a chance to learn how to play the sport, develop relationships, build confidence and self-esteem, and have fun.
We have kids that started off that really didn't even know how to kick a soccer ball. Now I have some of these kids that are actually training with typically developing children. If it wasn't for EJ Autism, all these other programs, Just for Kicks and the East Islip Soccer Club, that wouldn't have popped up.
Well done. Great job. Strong finish.
Lou and Virginia have also been big supporters of the EJ Autism Foundation. Each year they help raise funds and participate in the organization's Jigsaw 4-mile run walk for autism. The event has drawn nearly 1,300 participants. The Peppys got dozens of their family members and friends to join their team. The couple says, as parents of an autistic child, it's great to see so many people get involved, and they really felt the support.
Everybody knows somebody that has autism, and it's a battle for everybody. And it's nice to see that a community came together and support all these great people.
I babysit his son Vincent, and like he's just the cutest thing in the world, and I love him so much. So I just thought that everybody should know and become aware about autism and like what the symptoms are and like how everybody deals with it.
The annual race helps raise funds for programs and other organizations working with children with autism. Special needs athletes from the Rolling Thunder program are there every year to support Bea and her efforts. And Bea has been a longtime supporter of Rolling Thunder.
Whenever we needed a grant, Bea's been there. Bea was the reason that 5 autistic and intellectually delayed athletes went to the U.S. cross-country championship, competed. They were 40th out of 50, but we beat 10 teams. If it wasn't for people like B, if it wasn't for this race, if it wasn't for people coming out and supporting her, these kids wouldn't have won.
Great job!
We're just so fortunate. We have so many people that believe in us, who really understand the message that it's time to take care of these kids now. And it's something that people just really get, and the fact that the money stays here, people love it.
She's the start of this whole thing and bringing up all these different events in the community, you know, whether it be soccer, or baseball, wrestling. I mean, all these people.
She's the beginning of it.
She started. She's the catalyst, and I appreciate everything she's done for this community.
B has proven that it takes just one person to make a difference in a community. She says every day she feels empowered by her family and inspired by the hundreds of supporters. And B says she wouldn't trade her nonstop tour de force life for anything.
Maybe there's a reason why, you know, I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do, and I'll take that.
And I now want to bring back Dr. Michael Ellis and Dr. Jill Harris into our conversation. And again, Dr. Harris, I've noticed so many families, not just out of need, but they're obviously part of a community here because they need somebody else to lean on, experiences, and you wear two hats. Obviously, you're a doctor, but also you're a parent of an autistic child. That community can't be exaggerated how important it is, right?
Right. I mean, I think it's so important to have support, find support where you can get it. We run courses and support groups, especially for newly diagnosed families, because again, to feel like you're not alone. And what I really liked about the clip you just showed is, you know, we want the same thing for our kids as everybody else. We want them to have meaningful relationships. We want them to find something that they're good at, something that they like to do. And it's really important to have both things, both for recreation, things that are for kids with special needs and provides them the supports to be successful and to enjoy it, but also to take the regular things that are out there in the community from the Ys and the regular recreation and find ways to include people with autism meaningfully, you know, to have mentor systems, but also to have systems where the peers, their same age, are working together so they're having meaningful friendships. I think you need all of those kinds of things to be part of a community.
You got a captive audience tonight here, Doctor, and I think when they see parents like that and they hear folks not just hear speak, they're bombarded with information, but what I've taken at least is we've had other causes in this country that have gotten disproportionate attention nationally from the federal government, tremendous fundraising drives, et cetera. And it seems that autism, while more people know about it, there isn't maybe as much of a hue and cry about it as one would expect given how many people are affected. How do you really try and marshal at least the attention that it's getting now into something that hopefully 20 years from now we'll be having a completely different conversation?
Overall, I think that the educational community, the special ed teachers, need to continue with the kind of training they're getting so that they're not dealing with the type of learning disabled or special needs child from 30 years ago, but they're dealing with millions and millions of children who may very well be the new normal for the next generation beyond us. I mean, they're clearly a lot of these kids, and as Dr. Harris said, what are they going to do? Where are they going to work? And yet they may actually provide a completely different level of function and support of our society that maybe it's just time that we have. It's just they just don't function like the rest of us. Doesn't mean that they're bad.
I can only imagine how difficult it is for the whole family. Obviously, the child, but it shouldn't have to be as hard as it is.
I think that you know, the program that you focus on, sometimes we need money, yes, we need all of those kinds of things, but what you see is that a lot of these programs are operating on like spit or wing and a prayer or whatever, yet they find ways to support the whole family. There's a program, POAC, Parents of Autistic Children, and it's in New Jersey, but I think maybe other places too. But they run these recreation programs for the whole family, for the siblings, for the parents, for the children affected with autism. And so you can have some really great services that don't necessarily need a lot of funding, but I think it takes the whole, you know, it takes a village. It sounds kind of, I don't know, but it really does, and that's one of the things that we try to show kids is that there are things that are the same with people, and there's things that are different, and different is okay. You don't have to be afraid of different. And I think to Dr. Ellis's point is that people with autism and other kinds of things have value. They have something to offer. It's not just a one-way street. It's something that they give as well to make the whole community.
Well, Dr. Harris, Dr. Ellis, I appreciate both your time. Thank you both very much.